Man, I'll tell you what. You never know how the day is going to go. You can plan things as well as you know. The best laid plans of mice and men often go ugly, but today did not go how I thought today was going to go. Today I was going this one way, and today said, son, I say son. Today had its own plans. Anyway, it's another daily dose of What's Up Dockery, and I'm Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic, and today we are once again with you and me and everything that can be riding the shield.
Yeah, this is Porky Pig. Everybody knows I live in a make-believe world, but I never want to return to the place I went to last night. Oh, no. It sure is a funny party. What's this? Why are all these people so tired? I can't understand their mumbling. That was what I call a lousy party. Those people were using hard drugs, like smack and downers. Why, I've heard that many of the downers are low-grade animal tranquilizers, unfit for human consumption. Oh, it's a terrible risk, but I guess some folks think that being out of it is being in. I hope that none of my friends fall for it. There are better ways to party, yeah. That's all, folks.
Oh my God, that is tasty. Okay, so what was I saying before about the world being a vampire, the world being not what you thought it was? I thought I was gonna do what happens most days here at Ferris Wheelhouse. I wake up, I do the dishes, I do the day's tasks, and I even try to get a good walk in. Walking. Oh, I'm not gonna do walking because we're walking, but I think about what I'm gonna do for the riding the shield in the evening, and it's the last thing we do here at Ferris Wheelhouse at the end of the day. 4:30, we shoot these, and then we upload them, and you see them at 5, so they're as fresh as they can be without actually being live. And when I was taking my lunch today, I started thinking about the subject at hand, which is Foghorn Leghorn director Robert McKimson, Foghorn Leghorn creator Robert McKimson, wanting nothing really to do with the director's chair. Let me just familiarize some of you folks with this man, if I may. If you're a regular watcher, if you watch my videos a lot, you know I pulled this one picture off the wall quite a bit, but right there all the way on the far right, also creator of Tasmanian Devil, is Robert McKimson, and it's a very fine and honorable position to be. He is one of the great directors of the Looney Tunes. Very, very fine and dignified, long list of great men. Anyway, he, like all the directors, he was an animator, because this was a time when these cartoons were made, was a time when they actually employed, you actually had to animate in order to direct animation. That's actually not true anymore, and it's ridiculous. But anyway, so I started thinking about it. Is there something I can pull up that would substantiate these claims? And any time in my mind that I can pull a book off the shelf versus pulling an internet clip up, or a blog entry, or a wiki thing or something, a wiki. Shut up. By the way, if you know that song, kudos. But yeah, I started reading this during my lunch. I started to skim it. I say son, Robert McKimson Jr., and it's basically a story of McKimson's work there at Warner Brothers. And I just started off by skimming it, and then I started actually reading it, and then it's one of those things you just kind of go into a rabbit hole. I read this whole book today. This whole effing book. And I'm not reviewing this book. That's not what this is. But there's nothing in there that says to substantiate the claim that McKimson didn't want to direct. In fact, quite the opposite. He loved his time at Warner Brothers. He loved being a director. There's nothing in there that I remember anyway that, then again, you know, I might be a little tipsy. But I only found stuff about him, you know, from his son's point of view. I say son, about him loving being a director. So if this installment feels a little bit slapdash, I do apologize. It is. I just know that they offered it to him 3 times. There's several commentaries that you can get on the Golden Collections, and where they talk about certain McKimson cartoons, where they talk about, and also where they offered him the director's chair. And you know, a lot of animators have called him an animator's director, which is similar to, you know, like a director's director or director's actor, or in stand-up comedy there's a comedian's comedian. There's something where you know, you have to be an artist of the craft to truly appreciate what the genius of what they're doing. And in this case, he was an animator's director in as much as he knew the needs of a director, which all animators did, or all directors did back in those days. But he seemed to be one who really was, to him it was, you know, the storytelling and all that stuff and the gags, that's all well and fine, but it's really about the animation and the art of making these simple drawings, you know, not simple, but it's simple putting pen to paper and paint and all this other stuff, and then it becomes this wonderful thing. And that was the magic of it to him, is more than anything. And so he became a purist about the form. And in that respect, he was an animator's animator. So I don't know if you need specific points to point to and go, here, this, the time, and then that time, but he's the animator who, or he's the director of all those, what I call the Mount Rushmore of Looney Tunes directors, and of all of them, he was the one who resisted being a director the most, and the one who gunned the hardest for it, and, you know, really had the least amount of experience as an animator was Tex Avery. So they're on different ends of the spectrum, basically, in that regard. But I just thought that was interesting, and I thought it was interesting that he was, you know, the least ambitious of those original cartoons directors, and yet there's no lack of creativity and all that. But unfortunately, for videos like these, I like to have, you know, stories and stuff that I can point to. And if I have, like I say, if I have a physical book, I would love to just use the book. But I kind of wasted today reading this entire thing. And while it was very entertaining, and certainly there were things in there that I'd forgotten and things that I didn't know, alas, I don't have anything to back up that claim with specific dates and times and blah, blah, blah. But come back, man. Come back tomorrow. We do this every day. So we'll see you tomorrow. Riding the shield.